Changed the format, haven't they? Hello, everybody. Happy Halloween.
Can they hear you?
We had some technical difficulties there. YouTube have changed it all, and they've hidden how you go live. So we're like, oh, how do we actually go live? And it's really weird because it's my live. It's on my channel, and on my channel it says notify me. YouTube, why would I notify myself about my own channel going live?
Well, we normally use StreamYard, and we're more familiar with that. But this is actually YouTube. We're on YouTube at the moment, so it's been such a long time since we've used YouTube to go live.
Exactly.
But you can see us okay. Can you hear us? That's the main thing.
Are you ready for trick or treats? Well, yeah, I'm game for anything. Hello, everybody. Can you hear us?
Yes, Pamela says she can hear us.
Excellent. So yes, I thought, what would chat about? Anything that you guys like.
Yes. It's been awful here. I just thought I'd start by saying, I don't know if you've seen the news, but I mean, luckily we're on the opposite side of Spain, but in Valencia it's been terrible. But it has not stopped raining here. Well, it has. There's been a couple of times, but it's been bouncing down. It's still raining. It's very humid.
Yeah.
I'm taking my fleecy off because it's too hot, and then I feel cold, then I put it back on again. And we're getting cabin fever because we can't go out because it's just peeing down all the time, isn't it?
Yeah, and I was going to get on with my spiral staircase, but apparently Amazon don't deliver the sanding discs for a couple of days when the rain's gone. So we've been locked up, cooped up in this boat for 4 days now, and it's really I can't tidy up because all the stuff that's out and about is basically resin and mat waiting to go, but I can't use it until the rain stops.
We can't do any work on the boat because it's peeing down with rain.
But it's very, very typical in this country. Very typical. I think the reason the floods are getting a lot of attention is TikTok is a big thing. So people are sharing what this is quite normal. It happens every year somewhere in Spain. It happened. Maybe not people dying, but flooding. Yeah. When we first moved down, which was just before New Year's 2010, it rained from the 21st of December 2009 until the 25th of April.
I'm not joking, it rained from Christmas to Easter every single day.
Morning, noon, and
we just moved onto the boat and then we discovered it leaked.
Yeah, it rained like sticks of rhubarb. 24 hours a day, right through January, February, March, and April.
One of the first things I did was I bought an enormous tarpaulin and tied it over the whole boat.
I remember that.
And that worked. Couldn't see out.
For 5 minutes.
It worked for 5 minutes, as Fiona said, and then the wind tore it to pieces. And I thought, oh, God.
That's the thing down here. The weather is either burning hot, monsoon rain, or blowing a bloody hurricane. And I've said to Graham, actually, I'd quite like to move somewhere else.
Well, it's quite moderate at the moment. I mean, it's not.
Do you think? I think a thunderstorm's building.
One of the problems is it rains so hard in Spain that the water just rushes off the hills and it's got nowhere to go. It just follows gravity, obviously, and there's just so much of it that it overwhelms the drains. There's nothing wrong with the Spanish drains; they're just overwhelmed at that particular point, and then the grids come up and there's geysers coming up out where the drain used to be. And it's
all down by our house used to flood.
Yeah.
Council dug that. They just got fed up. They went, right, it's all coming out. And they were big drains. They were like this. They were not sufficient. So they dug the whole thing out. And honest to God, you could drive a Mini through the tunnel under the road by our car. The tunnels are that bloody big. And now they can handle it. Yeah. It's that bad. And in Gibraltar, of course, it's a waterfall.
Well, if you look at Valencia on Google Maps, you've got an enormous storm drain, and that was just full, and it was spilling out and going everywhere. Sorry, Diane.
You get banged in the face in a minute. Dude, don't. So we're both quite ratty, actually, and we thought, let's go live. Let's go live and take it out on all you guys. Yeah. It is. It's really pissing me off because it's clammy, it's sticky, it is. The weather out there is wet. There's nothing I can do. I can't get on with anything. But then I can't do resining in July and August. It's too hot. Goes off too quick. The weather down here is just extreme. Could we sell up maybe and just move somewhere like England? Where the weather's just normal, moderate.
No, I don't want to go to England.
Really, we've got to carry on putting up with this.
Yeah.
Because it's either we're living in an oven, living in a hairdryer, or we're living in a washing machine. There's enough. There might be 2 days of the year it's a bit normal.
One of the subscribers said the other day that they live 10 kilometres south of Valencia and they didn't get any rain. None.
Right.
So it's really sort of focused, isn't it? And then someone from Cyprus just said they wish they had some rain.
Yeah, do you know what I mean, Cyprus? And other guys down this neck of the woods. It's Mediterranean is lovely, isn't it? But it is just like, oh my God, it's too much this way. It's too much this way. I know Brits, we always talk about the weather and moan a little bit. It's a way of making conversation, but it really is bloody awful weather down here.
It is at the moment. Foxy's on. Hello, Foxy.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, hello to everybody. There's just too many to name here.
How many of you are dressed up?
Ham Shackleton's on.
Is this thing? Are we using this thing?
No.
Oh, good. Can I undo it? Because
just lift
it's really annoying me. Oh, thank you.
I meant to put it on. That's my professional microphone, but
thank God for that.
We were scrambling for the live button and we missed the. So we're on the default Mac.
As long as you can all hear us.
Microphone.
Okay. And we've run out of ghost stories to tell as well, haven't we?
Oh, well, I hear Grumpy Sapper's died. I'm joking. It's Halloween, you know. Ooh, I've got his shirt downstairs. I wanted to dangle it in the background here to go, ooh, look, it's his ghost. But Fiona thought not.
Well, we've already got a load of crap all over the place. A fishing rod with Sapper's shirt bouncing around.
He's been murdered. Trevor killed him.
Me getting tangled up in it. Yeah, that would just be the kibosh. Really want it. Even the cat. The cat's had enough. Cat's downstairs.
Yeah, she's grumpy.
Yes.
She's like, can't go outside, my fur gets wet.
She actually went out last night and it was raining. And I said to her, are you crazy? You're a cat. And she was just sitting there in the rain thinking, well,
I don't care.
If I don't go out, I'm never going to go out. I might as well sit in the rain. I mean, it's pissing everyone off.
Presses her nose up against the glass and goes, meow, really loud. And you think, oh, whose turn is it to let the cat back in?
Malaga's flooded. Duquesne's flooded. All the cars drowned again.
Yeah, they keep making the mistake. They keep leaving cars in the underground car park. When you go down through Duquesne, it's all flat, you see, and there's a bridge comes across. So there's an underpass that goes under the bridge, and it comes up the other side. And every year that thing just fills with water, and people just go. It's not funny. I'm not laughing, but you think, whoa, wake up, man! Do something about that. That's not funny, you know. You need to sort it out because people just drive straight into it. They don't know. I mean, the number of people that drive their cars into rivers, you know, fords and things and dips. Even in England, they do it. And then once the alternator gets wet, that's it. Boom, your car stops. It won't start, and you got to have it towed to the garage. £500 for a new alternator.
We knew a couple of lads who saved up. They were flatmates. They worked at Dolphin Safari. They saved up the whole season, bless them. They bought an Alfa Romeo for €800, and they just got the keys, and it rained the next day and drowned the car. That was the end of the car. Just gone. Nice. Whole season saving up, car gone. It's kind of harsh down here, isn't it?
Life can be harsh in Spain. It can.
Very.
It's a different culture to that which English people are normally used to.
Candor. Oh, Smelly. No, I haven't invited Smelly on. She's an idiot, that girl. You know, she's convinced that I've got like 1,000 troll accounts. This is this sugar. Crazy little sugar. She thinks I've got 1,000 Twitter accounts. She thinks I've created YouTube channels to torment her. No, hey, Smelly. I think you're an idiot. Hey, look, this is my face, my lips, my voice. I don't need a troll account to say, you're an idiot, Smelly. You're stupid. And you never cease to make a bloody fool of yourself. But carry on claiming it's all me, because I think you're going to look a right CUNT in the days to come.
And if you ever come here, she'll say it to your face. She will.
A Wally, by the way, that's why Wally, I think, chose that name for a channel. It's very disarming. A Wally is someone who's a bit daft in the head. And that's definitely what Smelly Games is. Daft as a brick, that one.
Yeah.
A bit like the woman who's up in court in Monday.
Diane Durham, yes.
Daft as a brick as well,
She's
isn't she?
She's already said she did it. But she's pleaded not guilty. So she's going to Crown Court in Leeds. I think Trevor's going up there on Monday. She's in Crown Court. But,
and not only that, she said...
I can't see her getting sentenced, especially if she's pleaded not guilty.
Yeah.
It's going to be remanded. They're going to... What do they call it when they... adjourn. They adjourn the court for this and for that and for the other. It could go on until next year.
And I would imagine she'll be put on either unconditional, conditional bail, depending. The other thing is she claims she always wanted to be arrested. She always wanted to go. Well, why not use your own name then, Diane? Why did you use Oliver Cromwell? Why did you hide behind the anonymity? It would have been much easier to get arrested if you'd gone, my name's Diane Durham, wouldn't it?
It would, wouldn't it? But she's clearly, I mean, I'm not a doctor, but she's clearly...
No, she's not. No, she's not. She's an ugly, poisonous old bag. That's what she is. Who doesn't know how to behave herself. I bet she's one of these people. And we've all met them, haven't we? You get these people who are just so gobby and so rude. No one in their life has ever had the guts to sort of say, shut the fuck up. So, that, you know, like a dead rude person, they come in and they bullshit about and everyone will start, oh my God, or they come in the pub and everyone finishes their drink and just leaves. So they think it's okay. So they can carry on like that. And then they come on the internet and because people are anonymous on the internet, they just go, you rude old bag, shut up. And they're like dead shocked. Oh, that's outrageous. I bet she's one of them.
We had a guy work for us at Dolphin Safari. And Valentine, he was called. I can say his name because it's true. It really is. I mean, he was ruthless on the sales. I mean, he'd get loads and loads of people. That was his job. He was a salesman to sell tickets for a dolphin boat, and that's what he did. So we all used to go for drinks after work. And we realised Valentine got really, really drunk, okay, on just one beer. Right? I mean, he'd go, and he'd be talking, and he'd be waving his arms, he'd be knocking everyone's beer over.
Yes.
And we're all like, whoa. And so we'd sort of not go drinking with him anymore and leave. And not tonight, Valentine. And anyway, he'd go in the pub and the landlord said to me, he said, look, I'm not being funny, but he's a really nice guy, Valentine. I like him a lot. But when he comes in, he says all the other customers leave and there's just him standing there.
How to clear a room.
Clears the room and then he'll go to another bar.
He does this thing as well. He goes, hey. So no one can talk. And it's just that noise repeatedly, and he's knocking everyone's drink over at the same time. Oh,
no, don't get me wrong, he was a really nice guy. You couldn't get a word in edgeways. You know, people sit around the table and you take turns talking, and not him. He had to speak all the time. All the time. He wouldn't let anyone get a word in.
It was
and then he'd come out with some tale that you've heard 5 minutes ago that he's repeated, and you'd think, like one of these people just avoided him after that, you know, in the pubs.
He's one of those people who probably like Twitter.
I don't know. One example of a really nice guy you really want to avoid.
Do you know, I haven't thought about him in a very long time.
No.
Years.
No.
So he brought his name up.
There you go.
Our daughter's in the chat.
Is she?
Braden is. I've seen Faith and Braden. And again, they're accused of being behind millions and millions of troll accounts.
Modes is here. Hi, Modes.
I think quite a few people are here. But it's different. It's a different format to StreamYard, so we can't put the comments up. The comments are just
and we can't invite anybody up on YouTube.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Or if you can, I don't know how you do it. It took me all the time to find the go live button.
No, I think you've got to use a third-party app to invite people. I think so.
I think that's why everyone uses StreamYard, isn't it?
Anyone got any good ghost stories?
Well, you can't invite him up to tell them, can you?
Well, they can tell them in the comments.
Well, that'd take forever, wouldn't it?
No,
Faith and Braden, there they go. And
I know Candlelight's a good.
Who's that?
Probably Faith. Yeah, it is. Why are you ringing me? Don't do that.
You can't ring me on a live.
Don't do that. I'm not going to stop to have a conversation with you on the phone.
Hello. Excuse me, everybody.
Use the chat.
There's only 400 people waiting. I just got
to have
a
rude,
chat with my daughter. Thank you.
It can't be that urgent.
Grumpy sapper, I have a troll account.
I know. Aren't they pathetic, Sapper? Aren't they pathetic?
See, he's not dead after all.
I think maybe they smoke a little too much of something and they get really paranoid.
Yeah. Well, with their wages from somewhere.
And I mean, well, I'm not quite sure what it is I'm supposed to be achieving, or any of the other YouTubers are, by creating fake accounts to troll a little sugar who has like 2 viewers.
Well, look.
Why would we bother?
One of their. Well, I'm not saying she is one of their trolls, but she might be.
She's an idiot.
She's up in court on Monday, so I guess they're trying to distract attention, maybe.
Oh yeah, they've all been pretending she's nothing to do with them. But our screenshots say different. Going right back to January, our screenshots say way different.
You see, when you get a load of trolls all interacting, saying, "Oh yeah, Fiona's a bitch. Oh yeah, Fiona's a bitch." Chances are it's all the same person. All these different accounts they're chatting with.
Well, it would appear not in this instance because we've got that lady.
Clearly, we know there's at least 2 to 3 people involved in this. So
yeah, there's at least 3 of the accounts that were hounding us. Yeah. And I have to phone someone very important up this week, but I'm not going to say who.
That was a subtle southern hint. Did you see that? I'm a Scouser, you see.
Blurt it out. Oh my God.
Unless you tell me, hey, don't say this and don't say that. Well, I've got on the subtle southern hints now. I'm getting on them. I'm getting in the old age.
Worst person ever to take on a bank robbery. Go, Graham, wait outside. Why? Why do I have to wait outside? What's happening? What are you doing with that gun? It's like, if I say, if we're with people and I want to go home, I'll go, oh, I need to get back for the cat. And he'll go, cat won't care. What do you mean we've got hours. What do you mean you want to get back for the cat? And I'm there going, and he'll go, why are you pulling a face? Why are you doing that? And I'm like, oh, for God's sake, Graham.
She's lying.
Because I think these people are boring and I want to go home. There, said it.
Oh.
Do you want your champagne?
Oh yes, we need champers, don't we?
Right, I'll go and get. Well, I'm on the rosé.
Do you want me to go and get it?
That's all right. I'll get it. I'll guess it.
Have you got glasses and the Oh, we don't need a corkscrew for that, do we?
No, we don't. But
this was a pop.
I've only got big glasses.
I didn't. I meant to get some champagne for my birthday, but I forgot. So I thought, well, we'll have it on the Halloween live.
And this dress is pissing me off now because the sequins keep getting caught on each other and snagging threads.
Oh dear.
So
I've never had that problem.
Another one of those irritations of the day.
But it looks very, very nice, darling.
You can borrow it anytime.
Thank you. I'll probably rip it getting into it. Oh no! Right, who have we got? What have we got? What's being said? Grumpy, get your t-shirt on. Oh yeah, where's? Oh, it's just downstairs. I'll tell her to throw it up. I reckon me and Fiona could get into that, mate. It's enormous. Maybe we should try.
Yeah, Graham. Well, I tell you what, Sapper, this is brilliant because I've run out of clothes to do my fiberglassing, and this is just what I need.
And it's so thin. I mean, I can imagine wearing that.
It looks very breathable.
The United Arab Emirates would be really cool, you know, but everywhere else in the world, it'd be like underwear. You need to wear more things. Look at me tonight, fleecy on. You know it's cold and I've got a fleecy on.
It's the humidity's going now, isn't it?
Yeah, it comes and goes. It comes and goes. I was expecting some thunder, in fact.
Yeah, I was. We had massive thunder the other night. Thunder and lightning. Yeah, we could do with some of that for Halloween, couldn't we?
Have you got a glass, darling?
No, I'm all right. I've got the rosé.
Perfectly all right. Happy birthday to me from the other day. This is my birthday champagne.
€2.89 a bottle. Don't take too long or it all.
We used to buy it on the campsite.
Oh, it's not fizzing.
Because it was £2.50 and a beer was €3. It's €2.50, €3. So it was cheaper to buy champagne from the supermarket than it was to get beer at the bar. And people used to always say, "What you celebrating?"
For me, I'm fed up of ghosts. Haven't any recently, but certainly don't want to experience any more floating about annoying people. Yeah, I know what you mean, Red Squirrel. I haven't actually seen a ghost in years. I can't remember the last time we saw Sandra or heard Sandra.
Not for ages.
She was moving about a few months ago, but I can't remember when. But she's not like a scary ghost or alarming or a jump scare or anything like that. We just hear her about.
Yeah, you hear someone come up the stairs behind you, and you look around, and I'll go to speak to Fiona, and there's nobody there. And you think,
yeah.
oh.
Unlike, ghosts at 86 High Street.
Yeah, they were scary, weren't
horrendous. Absolutely horrendous.
That was her old house.
So, where does everybody think Harry is? Just name a place where you think. It was about 3 years ago when we got the boat that black mist got down the hallway. Oh, that was in the house base, wasn't it? Right, rehab. Who cares? Rehab, Switzerland, Africa.
I still think he's hiding.
London, Droitwich.
Droitwich, is it?
Timbuktu, Sandringham Estate.
I won't be there. Too close,
Oblivion,
isn't it?
Soho House, London.
He'll be with the Spencers.
I don't think he's gonna Soho House. Rehab. Quite a few people are saying rehab.
He might be hiding out at Skippy's in the spare room. What do you think?
I think Inskip lives in America now.
Oh, does he?
I think so. Yeah, I reckon he's something with Daddy's basement. Well, Club H is in the basement of Highgrove, or it used to be, didn't it?
Tower of London.
In a pub somewhere.
Yeah,
Newport Pagnell. Why? What's Newport Pagnell done? Buying a new Aston Martin or something. Up a dark alley with Nacho. Apparently, this Polo. They're going to release a Polo program on Netflix. I know we're all gripped. Can't wait to see it. Well, insiders have said there's hardly anything of Harry in it. It's mostly Nacho. And word on the Netflix street is Netflix were like, are you kidding us? We paid you all this money for you to be in the show, Harry. And it's your mate Nacho, who, by the way, no one cares about. I mean, as if people care about Harry, they certainly don't care about Nacho. So,
well, they only care about Harry because he's Diana's daughter, Really. I mean, that's it. I mean, that's his claim to fame. There's nothing else going for the guy, is there? His dad's the King of England, but he was the Prince of Wales back then, and his mum was Princess Diana. Everybody in the world loved Princess Diana. And then she died, and then, it's the two boys are the next best thing. One's going to be king, and the other one's just an idiot.
Did you mean to say he was her daughter?
Did I say daughter? I meant son.
I thought you were being facetious.
No, sorry.
Because he is a bit
Diana's son.
He's a bit of a big girl's blouse.
It was a little slip of the tongue, if I said
Botswana. Diana's daughter, yeah. I thought you did done that on purpose. Well, he's got no balls, has he? Meghan's got them.
In her purse.
Diana's daughter.
No, that was a slip of the tongue. I didn't mean that.
Henrietta. Oh, you've got them all started now.
Henrietta.
CEO of from Invictus, who left, was in the national meeting. Does that mean it was recorded a while ago? And Harry. Oh, yeah, I saw that. But the picture I saw, it's on my phone, so it's quite little, but it looked to me like Harry had quite a lot of hair. I don't know. What do you guys think? Because he's quite bald and raggedy these days.
He's not doing very well, is he? Hair-wise.
It could actually be an AI Harry. That's the thing. It's, just ask Grumpy Sapper. You can. You can make AIs.
Who's this in the back of the car?
Oh, I know. Yeah. Very convincing.
In black and white and blurred.
I think you can make AIs of people, and then you can make them say whatever you want them to say.
Which I think is genius for advertising.
It is.
Because rather than pay the actor, I mean, you could get George Clooney, for example, you could get him in AI, advertising a rival brand of coffee, couldn't you?
Yeah, but he'd probably
Would he? I mean, I don't know. Is he able to sue if it's AI?
Yeah, I think they would.
Even if the voice sounds a bit similar? I don't know.
No, I think they would.
I always thought the spitting image puppets, you could get the Duke of Edinburgh, for example, when he was alive, in his hat and his uniform, promoting things and saying things just for a laugh, having a. And what could they do about it? Could they sue? I don't know. I don't
think they care.
It's not them, is it? And would they care?
I found a couple of episodes on Spitting Image funny, but on the whole, it didn't make me laugh.
I only like the royal family on Spitting Image.
I quite like Margaret Thatcher.
Oh, she was good, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, so Harry, I mean, I just don't believe anything when I see him on TV or on giving a speech. What was he doing? Addressing the United Nations? Yeah, is that what it was? How do the United Nations cope without Prince Harry? Good God! Quick, everybody! The world needs Prince Harry to go to the United Nations and control the world. We're going to be fucked without him. Harry! Oh, Harry Windsor.
United Nations is on the way down, aren't they?
Well, they bloody well are if they need advice from that pillock.
Do you know they've been thrown out of Israel? Israelis have thrown the UN out. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Get out! You're helping those terrorists. No, we're not. Yes, you are. Get out.
I like the animal versions in the Rescuers. You know, the little mice. They were the United Nations, weren't they?
No, they don't seem to do anything.
Disney party. Oh, well, I mean, do they do anything?
They did quite well in the Korean War, but I think they've sort of tailed off since then.
Do they achieve anything?
Well, they did in the Korean War, yeah.
Well, that's going back to the 1950s. Recently?
They got the British and the French out of Suez.
I mean, do they just let any old Tom, Dick and Harry stand up in front of that green marble? Could we do that? We just phone them up and say, I'm Fiona, I want to give a speech at the UN. Yeah, yes, fine. Just go.
Probably you fill a form in, pay the fee, that's it. You can stand up on the stage in front of a big empty room.
And I could just stand up and
blah, 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 blah.
Declare a load of insanity. Because, I mean, why would anyone on planet Earth, anyone, want advice from Prince Harry?
On what? Taking drugs? Getting drunk?
He couldn't even do that. I mean, he's only just figured out his own wife's the leak, and it took him 6 years to figure that out. He's hardly brain of Britain, is he?
I don't think he's figured it out.
Right, I had 21 galashans at my door. Still got stuff to spare, just waiting on the stragglers. Oh, what little kids. NATO. Oh, he was giving advice to NATO, was he? Oh, even better. Even better. NATO need Prince Harry. Oh, my God. Putin will be phoning him up next. Prince Harry, quick. Quick, what shall I do with Russia?
Well, all these NATO generals need your advice right away.
In Ukraine, we must have Prince Harry. And, of course, he'll have to go down to the Middle East. He'll have to go down there and he'll fix it all in a job because he's such a bloody genius. He's just marvellous, isn't he?
He'd organise a polo match between us and the Russians.
I don't think it's him. I think she's just continually making a fool out of him with an AI. I'm not going to defend him, but I do feel sorry for the guy. Imagine if he's up in rehab. He is oblivious. A bit like us being accused of being the trolls. By the time he sees this on the news, he'll go, that wasn't me. Oh, my God, everyone's laughing at me because Meghan's made me look a fool again. And I was in rehab, you lying bitch. Well, he'll soon figure it all out then, won't he? Won't he?
I guess so. Do you want some champagne, Johnny?
No. I'm looking for my rosé. Oh, I've got it.
There's another carton there.
Some ice.
Right in front of you.
Right, I've got it. Graham, please don't do that. Oh, my God, man.
It was right in front of you. How come you couldn't see it?
Do you know what he did when...
Was that a southern hint again?
Oh, no, have a listen to this, guys. Right, ladies. Any ladies in the house? This is my husband. When Benjamin was born, on the way to the hospital, because I was going into labour, I took my knickers off and I put them on the dashboard of his Land Rover. And I was a bit busy for a few hours after that. Well, when I came home with the baby, Graham marched into the kitchen. Everybody was there. Whole family was there. And he held my knickers up loud and proud and went, whose knickers are these? I found them in my Land Rover. I mean, whose knickers did you think they'd be for a start? They were tiny.
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Did you think they'd be Jonathan's or my mother's?
It was 20 years ago,
or
darling.
The babies. But I mean, oh my God, he does love to show me up like that. Whose knickers are these? Graham, were you raised by wolves, really? God.
Perhaps I should have quietly just put them in the wash.
Or just not said anything at all.
Right.
Anyway, yes, we're on the Grand Reserve, as Graham's just advertised. Yeah, you can buy it for 99p. Here we go. Graham's just letting everyone know it's definitely not anything fancy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Everybody knows that now.
Are we supposed to pretend we're on
it's what you do.
A fine wine.
Do you understand why decanters were invented?
Yeah, so you can't tell what brand it was.
Right. That's why Toffs and Aristos do that. Yeah, because they can put a bit cheaper in there. They don't get the cheap bottle out and go, would you like a whiskey? There's this cheap crap in the fancy decanter. Is that all right? No, they don't do that, Graham. They don't do that.
I've been drinking cheap crap for years. It doesn't bother me.
Your beer costs enough. Your beer costs more than one bottle of that costs more than a carton of my wine.
It's quite expensive.
Good God.
It's my German beer, and that's about €1.30 a bottle. But I sip it. I make it last.
It's quite cloudy.
It's wheat beer, dear.
Wheat beer or wheat?
Wheat instead of hops.
So does that mean it's cloudy?
Well, it tends to be a bit. You can taste it if you like.
Right, let's have a look at the comments. Sue Smith's in the house. Hi, Sue. Husband agrees with your choice, whatever choice that is. I remember something I can't read or pronounce in the United Nations pounding his shoe because they wouldn't let him go to Disneyland. He said, "It will destroy you from within." Oh, really? Oh, dear. Aldi is saving his money. Yep.
German beer. That's right, Sue. Yes, it is.
Is Gertie in the hospital?
German.
I thought I saw that go by. I don't think so. I don't think she's in the hospital.
Who?
Gertie Rude. Someone said they thought they saw that. Has she put something up on her community post?
I haven't seen it if she has.
No, I hope not.
As long as it lubricates, outer limit says, who cares what the wine costs? But it's all a brag, this really expensive wine. I mean, you taste it. I mean, some wines taste nice, some taste all right. I mean, if you have a really nice one that's expensive,
Well,
once you've had a few, you can't tell. You can move on to the cheap stuff then, can't you? And you won't be able to tell the difference. And you get these people that go, actually, I've got a wine cellar and I've got to go.
We don't need to worry about that with Graham in the
temperature
house.
Control and the bow tie. We let it breathe, shall we, for 45 seconds. I'm on the egg timer. Shh. Don't touch it, anybody. Don't touch it now. Tell me where this is from. Have a sniff. Just get it poured out.
Well, my mum made her handbag out of a cornflake box.
She did. It was very good.
She didn't tell everybody. She didn't make that be known.
No.
General population. She told people in secret. And we told everybody after she died. It was in the newspapers, actually. So.
It looked like a really expensive handbag.
So,
Margaret Thatcher used
it was a really cool handbag made out of a cornflake box. It was really, really cool. Right. Deplorable garbage. Got to be talking about Harry there. I saw that about Gertie too. What is it on her community post or something? My phone is so slow. YouTube's still trying to load on it.
Trying to borrow mine?
I've got to get a new one. Quite frankly, it's ridiculous.
Yes, I agree.
It's just becoming so slow now. I can sit here for 10 minutes waiting.
And Ham Shackleton says wine's only mouldy grape juice,
Yes.
Bit of yeast in there, bit of sugar. Yeah.
No, she hasn't said anything on a community post that I can
She said anything on X?
I don't know. I haven't been on X. Well, I know the Sugars claim I have, but I have not been on X. I've been watching Halloween films all day. I watched brilliant film with that. What's he called? Woody Harrelson. Zombieland. He was fantastic in it. It was hilarious. I watched that. They've got one of those Halloween. What's she called? Jamie Lee Curtis, like Halloween 16 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I watched Jeepers Creepers. There was another horror film I watched this afternoon.
Zombies.
You're
watching that zombie.
It's all been zombies, Halloween stuff, and Ghostbusters was on earlier as well. I mean, there's nothing else to do when it's raining. Just sit and watch TV. I would normally watch Poirot and all my crime shows, but now, no offence against the great Chuck Norris, but at the moment, Paramount is just showing Walker, Texas Ranger from the morning right the way through to the night.
It was good in it today, though, wasn't it?
There's only so much chuck I can watch.
And tell them about Spanish adverts.
Oh my God, Graham and I were going off our heads last night.
You know, if you had your own channel, and one of the things you do when you got a channel is you schedule programs throughout the day. I mean, you have advertisers because advertisers pay your wages. So you think of which adverts would go well with which programs. You know, for example, if you got a children's program on, you wouldn't put it on at midnight. You'd put it on when the children are awake, wouldn't you? And, you know, and then you target adverts towards children, for example, and same with all the other programs. What they do in Spain is they just put programs on willy-nilly. And if they say, right, you've got to have an hour's advert in I don't know, in 4 hours or
They've got the AI to do it, haven't they?
They just cut someone off mid-sentence, right? And they'll just bang 20-minute advert break in there.
Yeah.
There's no logic or anything.
It's not 20
no
minutes.
Work, no thought gone into anything. And the adverts go on for so long, you forgot what you were watching and you just turn over. I'm
actually quite patient with it because I like to learn Spanish. And adverts are repetitive, so I find that very useful. But last night, 1 hour, 10-minute advert break, Paramount. The rest of the day, not a single advert break. So I'm crossing my legs thinking, I want to go to the loo, I want to make a cup of tea, and there's no advert break.
It was an Eddie Murphy film, and they cut it off 5 minutes from the end to put an hour of adverts on. And then when it went back to the programme, it was finished in 5 minutes.
1 hour, 10 minutes. 1 hour, 10 minutes. Now that's a lazy...
There's no television license in Spain. It's probably why I don't watch much Spanish telly. I'm on YouTube and on the internet.
I like an advert break, like I say, to go to the loo, make a cup of tea.
Yeah.
But
I can just press pause.
You can't
and then
on
go
the
to
telly.
the loo.
You can't on the telly.
On the telly you can. That's why I don't watch much telly.
Well, I like watching telly. I watch loads of telly. So I want to write to them. I mean, what must their advertisers think? Their advertisers must think, how come we haven't made any sales? No one's watching the commercials. The commercial's longer than a bloody blockbuster in the cinema.
Yeah. Anyway, has anyone got any questions for Fiona? And she will endeavour to answer them. She's on a smoke break, look.
I've got flu at the moment. I've got a barking cough.
Yeah.
Well, I was sent the weirdest thing today. The lady who sent me said, this is super weird, and I'm not going to tell you guys what it was. So I can't. Well, what I can say is it's a puff piece.
No, don't say anything.
I'm not going to say what it was.
Yes, don't give it away.
Yes, I can.
Don't give it away.
I think I can do this, Graham. It's important because it's dated the 4th of November. And it's a puff piece with a rather shocking headline.
It is.
And this person sent it to me and said, what in the holy fuck is this? And I went and looked at it and I went, oh my God, they can't possibly be serious. And now I'm thinking it's a trap to see if I'll say the shocking thing and then get sued or something or thrown off YouTube. Well, I'm not going to say the thing. But Graham filmed this website today.
Filmed it on my phone, on the Mac, and with the date, because the Mac, it comes up with the date. You can click it, the date, the calendar comes out. So definitely filmed it today.
And I made a video, which is private, wearing the same stuff I was wearing for my video today, and I proved it's raining, because it doesn't rain that often, to prove it's Halloween.
Yeah, but how can an article be dated the 4th?
And then I filmed the whole thing, and I read the whole thing out, and the whole thing is really shocking. It's so shocking I couldn't even share it on YouTube. But if that headline comes out, is it Monday the 4th?
Yeah.
If that headline comes out on Monday, I am going to come forth and say, that's bullshit. I saw that article 4 days before it actually happened. And God knows how this woman found it.
I think it's bullshit. I don't think it's even going to show up. But we'll see. We'll see.
If it does, it'll shock the knickers off the whole planet.
It will. It will.
That's why I'm thinking maybe it's a troll trying to
a
catch us
trap.
out. They might have sent it to other YouTubers as well. So keep your eye on all the YouTubers, because someone else might express it in a better way than me. But if this headline does come out, I'll do a video and I'll say that's utter bollocks, and I'll produce the video I made today and say, well, how was I able to make a video 4 days before this was apparently breaking news? And that in itself will be a headline. So no, it's got to be someone winding us up or someone trying to sue us. I think the trolls are
definitely trying to get you to slip up and say something you shouldn't say. And
yeah,
or repeat something that's not true.
I mean, I wouldn't repeat something like that normally unless the BBC said it first. Then I would repeat it.
Oh yeah, Diana's Day in Court's on the 4th. You're right. It could be a distraction.
That's what this lady who sent it to me. She actually said, "I don't know why this is showing up on my timeline. This is really weird." But yeah, it could be something to do with that.
Yeah. Who do you think played the best Dracula?
Oh, did Boris Karloff do Dracula?
Wasn't he Frankenstein?
Um,
Christopher Lee was very good, wasn't he, as Dracula?
I like the dad in the Munsters. He was a really good Dracula. What's he called? I think he was called Dracula.
That was Frankenstein's monster, wasn't it? He wasn't Dracula.
The father-in-law was Dracula. Herman Munster was a monster.
He's like Frankenstein.
But Lily's father was a vampire. So was Lily.
Was he? Was she?
Yes.
Okay.
She was.
Faith wants to see the cat.
Oh well, I don't know. She's gone outside, and I'm wearing socks. I'm not going to get wet socks to go for.
Vincent Price. Was Vincent Price?
Yes, I think he was. Yes, I think.
I remember Dr. Fibes. Yeah, that was.
I don't remember that.
It was creepy in its day, wasn't it?
Yeah, I like a sort of a Hammer House. Why don't they show the Hammer House of horror films? It's always zombie films, isn't it? Now I like a good zombie. But all zombie films?
Have you seen Bell and Candle?
Bell and what?
James Stewart and Kim Novak?
No, but they're going to play the Hitchcock, The Birds soon. It's not a Novak one, but it's Tippi Hedren, isn't it? That one. That's on tomorrow night. And they put all the Rambo films on the other night as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
And what was the other thing? They were playing a whole load of movies the other night. Oh, Jaws. Yeah, we watched Jaws 1 and 2 last night. I love those films. I love them.
And we got the Rambo trilogy. They put 3 on first, then 1 and 2. Don't know why they did them in that order. But it was so funny because they were there condemning the Russians. How dare you invade Afghanistan? Don't you know these people are solid and they've never been beaten and they'll never give in? You evil Russians. And then as soon as the Russians left, the Americans moved in. And like, when you watch Rambo 3 now, same with that Bond film. What was that Bond film?
Our friends, the Mujahideen.
Yeah, our friends.
Al Qaeda.
We'll help you fight the evil Russians. How dare they invade your land? Living Daylights, Timothy Dalton, started at the Rock of Gibraltar. Remember they filmed it there? That was all fighting Russians in Afghanistan, wasn't it? Don't talk about that anymore. No.
Bell, Book and Candle. Oh, right. Bell, Book and Candle. I'll have to look at that one. Is it like an old black and white one? We can get the whole thing on YouTube. Broomstick is fueled by farts. I do hope you're not talking about me. Really.
They were all saying our car was farting.
Oh yeah, the windscreen wipers.
Yeah, it did sound like farting, didn't it? It did.
You thought Blair Witch Project was real. I watched that years ago, but it was just frustrating because any update on Yankee Wally? No, I haven't heard anything from Wally in weeks. Nothing at all. But that, as I've said before, that's not unusual. She does come offline.
Trevor's on. Hello, Trevor.
Good evening, Trevor. Marnie was brilliant too. I don't know any of these. The House on the Haunted Hill. Oh, Hill House. Netflix did a really good one of Hill House actually, because it's all staggered like time travel, so you get to see what someone else was doing at the same time. You couldn't sleep after you watched what I watched the original Poltergeist the other night. That is actually my favourite. Carolyn. I love Spielberg's. That's why I like Jaws. It's not the fish, it's the characterization between Richard Dreyfuss and the guy who plays Curly, the old sea dog, and the bit where he crushes a tin of beer and Richard Dreyfuss crushes a little plastic cup. I just love the characterization of the early Spielbergs. I'm not so much keen on his later work. He's gotten a bit arty-farty, isn't he? Thinks he'll be clever about it. I don't look very scary in this dress. Well, I don't know. It depends who you ask. I bet I could scare the shit out of the sugars. If they were all in a room, I could go running in, screaming, couldn't I? Come into the light, Caroline. Poltergeist. Well, Michael Myers is downstairs right now, murdering people. I mean, I can't believe how many people he escaped from his lunatic asylum, didn't he? He killed half a dozen people in the van during the escape. Went into killed a couple of people in the toilet at the service station, and went into town. And he was just going in and out of different houses, murdering random people. Well, my God, Michael, how many people are you going to murder?
If I went downstairs, started watching it, it'd go through an hour advert break, and I'd be like, go back on YouTube.
I mean, well, I suppose those sort of lunatics do exist in the real world.
Oh, there are loads of lunatics, yeah.
It's the scariest thing with Tim Curry. Oh, are you talking about Rocky Horror Show? Graham's never watched that. He has no idea. Red Rose by Stephen King is the best haunted house movie. Oh, I haven't seen that one. Oh, I've got loads of ideas. Oh, I'll tell you a really good one. The Mist. I didn't know the name of it, but loads of you told me the name. The Mist. That's really good.
Spiders in the fog.
Now that you're all here, I can tell you my secret that's happening Saturday. Stevie B. Well, spill the beans. What's the secret? What are you doing on Saturday? Oh, yeah, Rocky Horror Picture Show, Dark Harvest Moon. Oh, I love Bette Davis. Misery. Oh, yes.
That was a good film, Misery.
Probably find out Trevor's Troll's a bit like that. I'm your #1 fan, Trevor. Pictures of Trevor all over his bedroom wall and a load of used tissues.
Don't be disgusting.
Well, I mean, he's obviously a freak of nature, isn't he? This man.
Oh, not Trevor, you mean?
He's been just a little bit obsessed with Trevor, so there's clearly something wrong with him. I think he's in love with Trevor. I
wonder what the obsession is. I guess we'll find out, won't we?
Oh, yeah, Young Frankenstein, Marty Feldman and Gene Wilder. Yeah. Yeah, I love Bette Davis too. Right, what's Stevie admitted to? I missed it. Friday 13th, New Blood. You like that, do you, Faye? I thought you were into the Final Destinations.
The Exorcist.
I could never get into that, you know. Just never.
Wasn't the projectile vomiting across
Exorcist,
the room?
Denise likes Exorcist. Oh, you were 10 years old when you saw it first, yeah. I was 17 first time I saw Poltergeist. I'm getting married! Stevie B is getting married! Wow. And is it going to be a big thing? A big do? Any particular theme? Our daughters just bought a wedding dress. They're not getting married for a couple of years. No one's getting married in that. Sorry, Sapper.
I'm giving Grumpy Sapper a shout out. There you go.
Yes, our daughter's just bought a wedding dress and she's going to do something quite fancy with it. You know, big extravaganza. Beetlejuice. Yeah, I remember Beetlejuice. Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. I do love a bit of Abbott and Costello. Yes, congratulations, Stevie. So is it going to be top hat and tails, morning suit? Dad, you're not wearing that to my wedding or I'll put you in a dress.
It's, I reckon you and me could get in this, you know, it's massive.
Yes, Lisa, first Nightmare on Elm Street. I love that.
Should we both try to get in it?
No, it won't fit. Sapper's channel is fantastic, above and beyond anything.
He's got a very good channel, and we're trying to get him to 1,000 subscribers.
Soso from Close Encounters. In a dress. In the Mouth of Madness is good. I haven't heard of that one. I've been keeping it a secret for 6 months. Presumably your good lady to be wife knows all about it. So are you going to run away to Gretna Green then? and do something romantic like that.
Do people still do that?
Yeah, I don't think it's not like the law anymore, but people do it. It's not that cheap.
No?
There's a bit of a demand for it.
I thought they just crossed the border into Scotland, got married, and then they could come back to England. Because the law was different in Scotland. That was the story I heard anyway.
Gretna Green is bloody expensive. I think I heard that, Stevie. Mind you, you're only going to do it once, aren't you? Unless you like Megan. You'll do it like loads of times, won't you? Many times as you like, really. Till you get it right, or get the right money. The sequels of horror films are often rubbish. Yeah, they are.
Sequels of any films often rubbish.
Yeah, I'm not really into scare jumps quite so much. You're obsessed with Smelly, Canda. I think you fancy her. I think you're her number one fan. She bores the tits off me. Have you noticed she repeats herself for like an hour? I can't be asked with it.
People with mental problems do that.
They do a lot, yeah.
They just keep repeating themselves.
Fan around in circles. Sapphire and Steel. Oh, yes, I love that, Elaine. Joanna Lumley and David McCallum. 13 Ghosts is good. Oh, I haven't seen that. Oh, I love anything with a ghost in it. All right, I'd like to see The Others again with Nicole Kidman. You know, the one where she doesn't know she's dead and she keeps drawing the curtains because her kids are sensitive to the daylight. And the people who are alive who live in the house, the woman keeps opening the curtains. And at the very end, she realises that they're all actually dead, that they died some time ago. Michelle is unique. Well, yes, aren't we all, Canda? You're too kind to that little moron, you really are. Are you doing anything interesting for Halloween, Foxy? Are you dressing up? Have you carved out a pumpkin? The remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers with Donald Sutherland. I watched that when I was quite young, and that gave me nightmares forever after. I was really, really scared. I had loads of nightmares after that.
I'll tell you, one of the films that scared me when I was a kid was The Gorgon.
Well, I haven't seen that one.
The woman with snakes in her hair from Greek mythology.
Oh, right, yeah.
People saw her and turned to stone. I thought that was really, but I was only really little. I got sent to bed. I couldn't watch the.
Right.
I only saw the beginning. I'm like, it was really scary.
Doctor Who used to scare me.
Doctor Who was scary, yeah, as a kid.
I'm doing a Halloween live at 9:15 UK time. Very good, Foxy. Very good.
We'll have to watch. We'll have to come and watch
the 1963 Haunting of Hill House movie. Oh, right. An earlier version. I've seen the one that was the 1997 or something like that. Right, 1963. I will look up that one because different people have different interpretations of it, don't they? Poseidon Adventure, yeah. Yeah, that didn't make me feel very comfortable either, especially living on a boat. Well, we weren't living on a boat then, but Emily Rose. I haven't seen that one. I'm sure there'll be plenty of horror films on.
Harriet Blanca. Hi, Harriet.
It's the original movie. Right, yeah, we'll have to look that one up. Hush, Hush, Sweet Charlotte. I haven't seen that. There used to be a really good kids show called something like The Ghosts of Motley Hall. Do you remember that?
The name rings a bell, but I can't remember.
I think they were Edwardian or Victorian children.
Canterbury Tales or something like that.
They were all ghosts and they were all dead, and the kids that were alive would go and play with the ghost children.
Okay.
I'll have to see if that one's on YouTube because I always used to miss that one.
I'm sure I don't remember. I can't remember. I'm sure it was called
70s.
Canterbury Tales. And these Americans moved into the house. And the guy, there's a ghost, he comes, woo! And they went, hey, look at the guy, the ghost. He's like, no, you're not scared of me, or something like that. I can't remember. I quite enjoyed the play. I can't remember what it was, but it was something like that. He'd been scaring people for centuries, and then these Americans moved in, and they were just buzzing on him. Thought he was great. He was livid.
Oh yeah, I was showing you that house thing.
Which thing?
The 1980s movies with Big Ben.
Oh,
Big Ben, who was a ghost from Vietnam.
Yeah. Should have
Well, I
stayed
thought
in Nam.
The Canterville ghost.
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah.
Heard of that.
Yeah.
Hush, hush, sweet Charlotte. You're not the first one to say that, so I'm definitely going to look that one up.
Canterville.
You're scared of clowns. Thank you, Carol. Oh, yeah. Apparently, royal families see loads of ghosts in royal property all the time. All the time. Rent a Ghost. Yes, I remember that. Bette Davis and Olivia de Havilland were in Hush, Hush, Sweet Charlotte. Yeah, Hush, Hush, Sweet Charlotte. We'll have to watch that. Before I get stuck on another hour and a half advert break, I'll watch it on my phone while I'm waiting for it to come back. Hush, Hush, Sweet Charlotte. Yes, Randall and Hopkirk deceased. Yes, I used to love that show.
I remember that. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I used to fancy the girl. What was she called?
Jeannie.
No.
Yeah, I think she was called Jeannie.
Yeah.
Hopkirk's.
Everybody did. Hopkirk's ex-missus. Yeah. Everyone was like that. Yeah.
I got spiked once, and the old man from Poltergeist chasing me everywhere. It was terrifying. I used to have a nightmare that I was being chased up and down our back staircase at 86 High Street. It was awful. We had two staircases, main one, and then a servant's back staircase. We didn't have servants. It was from the olden days. And the back staircase was really wooden and really narrow. And this man in a big black coat with a black tricorn and like a Dick Turpin mask, he chased me all the way, and I'd be just out of his grip. He'd chase me all the way down the back staircase, and I'd kind of duck under and go between his legs, and he'd chase me all the way back up and all the way back down. Oh, God.
Was that a dream?
Yeah, it was a nightmare, recurring nightmare when I lived in Lewis.
It might have been the ghost of James Mason.
It was a lot. He was a lot nastier than James Mason. I really didn't like it at all. It was would have been a Dick Turpin era type person. And I had a nightmare that my entire family had been cut up with a chainsaw, and I was only 3. I was 3 years old. So how did I know what a chainsaw was? I mean, the nightmares I had in that house were really good. It was, for those who have not followed me all the way along, I grew up in a haunted house, a very, very, very old haunted house in Lewis, and I had some horrible experiences, and I had lots and lots of nightmares when I was a kid, loads of them.
Not surprised.
I used to go sleepwalking as well, frequently.
Sounds dangerous.
There's a new version of Randall and Hopkirk. Yeah. The man was exposing himself to me and my sister. I grabbed her and ran. Oh, goodness. Why do these people do things like that? I had an interaction with a ghost in an old home in my neighbourhood in Concord, Massachusetts. Right, Massachusetts, that's near Boston, isn't it? That's a very old part of America. Yeah, I'm guessing.
Boston's in Massachusetts.
Oh, is it? Oh, my American geography is terrible. At least I've got roughly the right area. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to look for ghosts in America, I guess that's a good place to start, isn't it? East Coast, Boston Tea Party. That's quite a while ago.
Well, when the Europeans, like the Mayflower and people like that, they sort of landed on the East Coast.
Yeah.
So the first colonies that built rivers and estuaries, I suppose, on the East Coast. Logical, isn't it? And they sort of worked their way west from there.
Oh, you had one looking at you through the window. That would freak me out. Trevor, I'm not a fan of horrors. I find there's enough horror in my... Yes, I bet you were the sort of kid who hid behind the sofa when Doctor Who was on, weren't you, Trevor? Admit it.
First time we watched Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, that was horrific.
At the beginning, when they were running up the beach, I was ducking and I was sat on the couch thinking, didn't like that at all.
No, I didn't.
No.
Anyway, we've come up to the hour, and then Foxy's going live, and other people will be going like, see that? Look, it's all getting caught on itself, so it wasn't such a bargain after all. So, we will love you and leave you. Don't play with ghosts too much tonight, or the ghosts of sugars, and have a fabulous Halloween. Thank you all very, very much for joining us.
Good night, and may your God go with you.